Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And today our question comes to us from Shira. And Shira writes to say that as Wiccans we believe in the threefold law. That is the idea that the things you do come back to you through karma, not 3 times, but rather as many times as are necessary to learn the lessons that are embedded in the situations. And Shira asks if it is my opinion that this is a cosmic force that applies to everyone, or a faith-based force that applies only to those who believe in it. And my answer to this is that I personally believe it is a cosmic force that applies to everyone, rather than a faith-based force. However, there is a faith-based component, and it's important to bear in mind that the threefold law interacts with us in terms of how we react to the situations that we experience and in terms of the attachments that we form. And therefore, our own ideas of right and wrong are very important. That's one of the reasons why it's important to have ideas of right and wrong and why it's important to teach about them. And it is important to bear in mind that the threefold law works on the basis of divine justice, part of which has to do with those attachments. It does not work on the basis of our current ideas of what are right and wrong, because those are very momentary and prone to change. And if you think about it, many of the things which we today consider absolutely good, such as racial equality and gender equality, not that long ago were considered absolutely bad by many people. And so our ideas of right and wrong change, cosmic ideas of right and wrong do not, and are not necessarily at all the same. That doesn't mean that we should not have our ideas which are based on our social contract that allows us to live together. But when we talk about the threefold law, and when we talk about what comes back to us through karma, a lot of it depends on how the individual soul reacts to the situations that it's in and what it believes to be right and wrong. And of course, this is not necessarily the satisfying answer that some people would hope to have, but this is also one of the reasons why we don't just leave everything to karma, because it doesn't necessarily reinforce our attitudes all the time. It's important for us to have law and social custom because of those social contracts we have between one another. And again, those aren't necessarily always enforced by karma, which is running on divine principles rather than human ones. So, is the threefold law a universal force that I would believe applies to everyone? Yes, it is. However, it does apply to everyone individually, and is subject to many different variations depending upon individual nature and reaction. So those would be my thoughts on the matter. I hope you find them interesting, and until next time, may you blessed be. Reverend Don, super omnibus of incantations and invocations for all occasions. Marianne Kay and I created this massive compendium of magic and artwork for you to use in any way that you would like. There are literally hundreds of spells and hundreds of illustrations, which can be mixed and matched and used in many different ways. Check it out now at witchghoulstore.com.